104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world!
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Yay, COOGS! Happy Monday, Houston, Texas, April 7, 2025 at 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Oh, my God, so exciting.
Wow. What a
the
weekend.
University of Houston Cougars, wow and wow. Tonight they go up against Florida to win the NCAA championship.
It's the first
baby.
time in 41 years. 1984 was the last time this happened.
That was the Phi Slamma Jamma years with Akeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing going up against Patrick Ewing.
Now, in athletic history,
The last time they played, yeah.
UH has never won a national title in three major sports: football, men's basketball, and baseball.
Well, that's
so
gonna change
this
tonight,
could
baby.
be the time.
It's changing tonight, baby.
Fingers
Change
crossed.
that all.
I saw this thing this morning of Kelvin Sampson afterwards walking with, I guess, one of the assistant coaches or something, and the person saying, well, they're saying that's the biggest comeback in March Madness history. And he goes, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, how many points was it? He goes, 14. He goes, good thing it wasn't 17.
Yeah, no, he's walking on the...
Oh, man, that was so amazing. If you
Final
guys
score,
missed that game
70
on
to
Saturday,
67.
Holy crap, that
My
was
wife
amazing.
was in New York, so she missed it. She was upset because she was so tired and it was late at night for them. So I did a
Yeah, because it didn't end
replay.
here until 11.
The good thing about TikTok and social media is you can get the great... Like it'll show you,
Clips.
okay, right here with a minute 40, there's a 96% chance Duke would win, and then it shows the percentages throughout the last, until the last, like, 24
That's
seconds. 30
amazing
seconds.
that can be done in
Where
real time.
It flipped to 60% for the
That's crazy.
COOGS.
Wow.
When I don't know what the player's name is who touched the ball before it got inbounds, we got a technical foul.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, we're going to lose because of that. That
I
is
know.
the stupidest move ever. Why are you doing that? It's impossible. And then even when we got like the last minute bucket, it's like, we'd be tied right now if it wasn't that stupid technical foul. I was like screaming at the TV.
Was it Sugler?
I'm going to have to post my reaction because my nephew and his fiance were at my house. We were watching the game and having dinner and stuff with the whole family. And she was stealth recording me in that last like 10 seconds because I was like losing my mind. I kept going to the sink to wash the dishes because I had to keep myself occupied but still look at the screen. And then it would get real close and I'd leave the sink, I'd come up to the TV, and I go, okay, back to the dishes. And at one point, I left the water running. When nephew goes, the water's running, I go, it's fine. They're starting to score points. Maybe we just leave the water running. We'll just leave the water running.
That's superstitious.
So crazy. And then yesterday, I was back and forth with the Rockets and Golden State, and I know at halftime, we were up 51-50, and I was like, wow, this game is really tight. And I didn't finish watching the game, but I looked it up. We won by 10 points. That's awesome.
They won by more, but we put in our scrubs at the end. So we were up by like 14.
Wow, because it really was back
No, there was
and
a
forth.
fight. Draymond Green was like punching Şengün in the face.
I was
trying to be-
crazy.
We held Steph Curry, who people say him and LeBron are the greatest,
Uh-huh.
to 3 points.
That's what I heard. At like
Wow.
half the I go, it's only scores. He never scored again?
No, because Amen Thompson kicked his
Oh,
butt.
my
So the final score,
God.
106-96?
Yep. And then earlier in the day, I was watching a movie or something. I saw all the Twitters like, don't even waste your time watching the Astros. They're down 7-0. So by the time I got done with the movie, I turned it and it was 5-7, and Jordan hit a 2-run homer in the ninth to tie it.
Wow.
Altuve knocked in 2 runs, and they won.
9-7.
Comeback. It was comeback.
That's
Within
awesome.
Comeback
24
weekend.
hours, it was a great
That is awesome.
weekend for Houston.
Did we win that series against the Twins? I didn't
Yeah,
follow the
2-1.
other games. Okay, 2-1. That's good. Man, I love those kinds of Astros games, and I did not lock in on that yesterday.
Yeah, it was an afternoon.
Oh man.
And they boo. I just laugh because the Twin fans are so stupid. They boo Altuve. They're just like the
Well,
first game they played. That's all,
Correa's on your team,
Yeah,
you
no,
idiots.
like
All you got?
you're starting shortstop, and then all of a sudden I see Tucker hits a home run in Wrigley Field. They're like, King Tuck. I'm like, okay.
That was ours.
And then Bregman destroyed St. Louis and Boston. So I'm like, oh my God, all these ex-players are killing it. It's just a good day for sports if you like Houston players and ex-players.
So excited about. I'm so
Just
excited.
got
about
your red
basketball
on.
tonight.
What time's the game?
It's at
8:50 or
7:50.
7:50.
7:50 our time?
I'm tortured because
It's
my kid
8.
has a
It's like
volleyball game
late.
tonight.
Basically 8, but then you're going to miss 10 minutes of it, so you might as well say 7:30 so you can watch
Yeah,
all
who
the
knows?
pregame.
Right. But I have to be at a volleyball game for my child tonight, and I really want to be there for it, but I really want to watch the
You
start
can
of
watch
the
it on
game.
your phone.
No, I can't be that parent in this bleachers at a volleyball game with my phone in my face.
Most of them are.
Yeah, I was going to say,
would.
just find another dad sitting in the corner with his baseball cap down.
Do you know how many shows? I love my daughter more than anything in the world, but I must have seen when I'd seen that play like 20 times. Yeah, I've got my AirPods in.
What do you say? Go COOGS again, Roula.
Do it.
Go COOGS! Yay! Oh my God, I'm so excited! I know. Yesterday really was something else because I had, I was watching all the sports head stuff because when your team wins, it's always fun to watch it. And everyone's like, yeah, that was definitely the NCAA championship. The fact, everyone was just cared about what's going to happen with Duke because Duke was dominating and should be pretty nice against Florida. But hey,
Florida's
I'm not
really
one to
good.
guarantee anything.
They're tall. So it could be.
Aren't they all tall? I don't know.
Basketball player,
I
tall.
thought they said
Wow.
Duke was like the tallest in the whole.
They have good wingspan. And
Yeah.
they got one guy who's like, it was like 7'4", but he had like 2 rebounds. They made him look like a.
Yeah,
Wussy.
he wasn't.
Wonder what age do parents look at a baby and they're like, this kid's going to be really tall. I need to get him in basketball.
Well,
or her
I
in
mean,
basketball.
I don't know. You look at a baby saying that. Maybe
No,
when you
that's
get,
why I'm saying. Like, at what age do you know they're
second
going to
grade or
just
third, you're
sprout
like,
off?
wow, you're a really tall kid. You're always the tallest kid in the
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, by 6th grade, the kid's like already 6'2".
I don't think What age do you think you like grew? Because I was a little shrimp until I was 15, and when I was 15, I shot up, and I was like 6 feet tall at that point.
I wish I remembered like my height and my shoe sizes as I was growing. I asked my brother this the other day because he's almost 6'5", and my son's pretty tall. And I said, "Do you remember how tall you were when you were like in middle school?" And he said, "It was either 6th to 7th, or I think it was 6th to 7th. He grew 6 inches from 6th grade to 7th grade." And I was like, "Wow, you must have been really hungry."
You must have been really.
You know what I mean? Like, for your body to grow 6 inches in a year,
That
But
is-
your clothes, your shoes.
like nothing's fitting. You're like, "Oh, what happened? It's too short now."
Oh, I
got
remember
high
that.
I
waters
don't
on.
understand it.
We did not have a lot of money, and I didn't know when I first moved to Houston, like all the slang and everything. I didn't know what high water meant. And like everyone was coming up to me and saying, "Are you expecting a flood?" And it's because I was hitting that growth spurt, and it's like my pants were too high, and it's like mom would try and like let them down. But
See, if
there
you
was
went to high
nothing
school
let
like
down.
9 years later, you'd be cool. That's when we tight rolled them and
Oh, yeah.
made them go up.
Yeah, no kidding.
You could wear them that way. And it looked okay. It looked average. But yeah, it was Tugler that did that, Roula. People are saying.
Tugler.
JoJo Tugler
Jojo Tugler.
that touched the ball
Oh, okay, yeah.
that you were talking about.
Right, that was making me
He
crazy.
kept hitting his head, but
I was like, "Why would you do that?
that's how
Why
you
would
can
you
tell
do that?"
a strong team. He made a mistake like that. Most people would be like, hang your head, but nope. He did he made that missed 3-pointer rebound to take it within one. He played great defense. So
Even that
Gotta do
last
it.
minute
Gotta
Hail
power through.
Mary when Duke tried to throw it like almost half court to try and just
nobody
get
fouled
some-
him.
I mean, though I don't even know which player it was. Got a tip of it. I mean, they just freaking fought to the very end. Like we're taking this game. Like, it was so great. It was so great. Oh man,
We got to see if VOJ, he does all of our imaging. You hear his voice every day.
on all the
He's trying to go to the game. All his friends are down there.
Oh, by the
But
way,
he said
Eric,
tickets
speaking
are
of that,
$1,200. But I told him I bet they'll today though.
maybe some student
Maybe-
section. One of our mutual radio friends isn't in radio anymore, but she's a super fan, U of H alumni, and she said they're going to try and go today. And she said,
Good luck
maybe
with
you
that
should-
traffic, man.
Maybe you should mention on the air for anybody who can maybe take a day off or a sick day or my child's sick. Get down there because they were saying there were a lot of Duke fans in there, and Houston's only 3 hours away. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, think about this. If you're a Duke fan, that means you're also a Yankee fan, a Laker fan, a Cowboy
A
fan.
Yankee and a Laker
That
fan?
doesn't mean
Yes.
that.
No, why?
Because
Laker and Yankee fan?
Yes, those people are just they jump on the teams that are
Oh
popular.
my gosh, let's not.
I'm not gonna
change
talk
A
about
Dodger
my
fan.
own-
Eric's insinuating they're all bandwagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that many people went to freaking Duke?
No.
Duke is not that big.
No.
And if anything, you'd be North Carolina. They're right next to each other.
UNC Tar Heels.
Yeah. People just like when I lived in Illinois and I saw so many Tar Heel stuff as a kid. Come on, nobody in Middle America went to UNC. They just
Well, that's
you
because
fall for
Justin
the-
Timberlake wore the jersey, and if you paid attention to the 98 to 2001, all these girls, that's all they wanted to wear because JT
Well, it's
had
same with Duke. That's what I'm
North
saying.
Carolina gear on.
There's a reason you go to Europe and you see Dodger hats and Yankee hats.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people aren't fans; they just want a fashion statement.
Well, that's true. But look
So-
at the Astros. The vintage outfits out in L.A., they were gang. That was gang wear. You know, the
Which one?
vintage, the rainbow Astros uniforms from the 80s.
Doesn't seem like a very, very intimidating gang.
What?
Wearing those, though.
Yeah, it's like they did wear them. That was like a big...
Because Crips and Bloods wouldn't wear them.
No, it was one or the other. I can't remember which one it was.
With oranges.
Here it is. According to the alumni president of the volunteer alumni group, the school was talking about getting people to the game because there were more Duke fans, and it's only 3 hours away. So if you can play hooky and drive to San Antonio today, grab some tickets and go to the game, make some noise.
Wow.
It'd be so fun to be
They're
there
saying
and
it was
watch
like 55% to 50. But they sell like quarter, like for that game, there's four. Each college had the same amount of tickets. Just the Duke people could travel.
That'd be awesome.
Well, it would be
if I
stupid
could
to
get
say
you the
Houston people can't travel. It's only 3 hours away.
If I was able
you
to
have
get
to
you
spend on a plane ticket.
tickets, would you go?
My kid has volleyball
We gotta
tonight.
get
I
back.
can't.
I mean, you should go, Roula. It's your school.
I should go,
Kevin
but
should
I've got
go.
my husband's out of
See Kevin
town.
there?
I didn't even go to a game when I went to the school. I didn't even know this happened this
You're
weekend.
like,
You
we're
didn't
the
even know
Cougs.
this happened this weekend?
Nope. Had no idea this happened until y'all
Kevin.
told me this morning.
Oh,
Stop,
wow.
Kevin. That's
Well,
embarrassing.
I mean, I'm not into
Not
sports.
his
It's
deal.
okay. People are allowed to not be into
Right.
sports.
you
Yeah,
cannot
it's
be
cool.
into sports, but you should at least know it was the Final Four this weekend.
Your school
I
pride.
heard that there was some kind of basketball hubbub going on, but I didn't know what it's all
There was
about.
four of them. They all played at the Alamo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right there.
It was right in front of the Alamo.
You
That's
were
right.
out
That's where
at
the court
that cute
was.
bar.
They were Davy Crockett hats.
Yeah, I was taking care of a new puppy dog this weekend.
Skin cap.
You know, shirts and skins.
Yeah, now I'm in.
Coonskin hats. Coonskins.
That's what everyone's wearing. Yeah.
By the way, that traffic is terrible. I went to San Antonio this weekend on Friday. Whew. It was like down to one lane.
Oh, no.
The map sent me to like 5 miles out. I was like in country.
Oh, you had to go out and around?
Yeah, right. I'm like, what? I felt like I was back home in Illinois in my dirt roads and stuff.
So it started jamming up past Luling, and then...
Yeah, it was because it was like it got down to one lane.
Oh, no.
Semis.
No.
Then it was two
Worst.
lanes, and then I'm like, man,
Screw this.
this is.
And so
you
Waze
didn't
took you
fall
around or what?
Yeah,
Or you just
we're-
took yourself?
No, I didn't know I didn't do that. They told
So
me
you
where to
didn't
go.
fall asleep driving like you were where you would?
No, it was fine. I got up yesterday at like 6:30, like this time yesterday. Like, let's go. I'm done.
Yeah, you have a lot of anxiety like on the Sunday. You make your sad Sunday very sad.
I got home at
When we're
9:30.
on vacation,
Oh,
Eric
my
will ruin
God.
vacation by sending us work things like on Friday before it's over.
I love work.
That's great that you love work, but
It's a great
I would like to still
distraction.
enjoy the beach. And you
No,
got your
it's travel day.
your work zone.
Vacation's over. I got home at 9:30. I was able to enjoy the day, watch Mobland, and watch other TV
That
shows.
show's so good. I just discovered that.
Yeah, on Paramount.
Well, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, I'm going to tell you about how we're doing something really fantastic for you to get you out and about. The Best of Houston. What does that mean? It's winning a whole bunch of stuff all in at one time. Also, the Goonies' 40th anniversary is coming up this summer. The Goonies.
They want to
Goonies
remake
never
it,
say
Yeah.
die.
or they want to.
But Sean Astin is offended that people thought this one thing about these kids when they were watching the movie Real Life in the 80s. We'll talk about the Goonies and what has offended Sean Astin and the rest of the cast 40 years later.
Damn.
It's kind of funny. Here's your weather for today.
It's got to be a beautiful day. Sunshine, a high of only 67, but right now it's chilly when you go outside. 46 degrees and 6:13 on the Roll and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk, I-45
Hollywood to H-Town.
Celebrity Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Taquerias Arandas. And how can you be the best of Houston? Well, you can enjoy the best of Houston because here's what we're doing. At 9:20 a.m., 12:20 p.m., and 4:20 p.m., that is your chance to win the best of Houston, which means 4 passes to Typhoon Texas Water Park, the Children's Museum of Houston, and the Museum of Natural Science, plus a $100 gift card to Big City Wings. And it doesn't stop there. You score a pair of tickets to Theater Under the Stars for a production there.
That's awesome.
That is
really
the best
is.
of Houston.
Throw in a UH jersey or something.
I know, right?
Cougs,
don't get greedy.
Cougs! Yeah. Oh, my God, that was so awesome this weekend. So we'll give you a chance to win that at 3 times today. 9, 20, 12, 20, and 4:20. You'll win all of that. 4 passes to Typhoon Texas Water Park, Children's Museum of Houston, Museum of Natural Science, $100 gift card to Big City Wings, a pair of tickets to a Theater Under the Stars production, all because you listened carefully and you were the right caller. That's really fun. All right, so obviously I don't have to tell you guys, but I will tell you guys that we are still flying high over that amazing comeback win for University of Houston versus Duke. I mean, I didn't have like any doomy, gloomy like outlook going into the game. Like, oh, this is not going to be good. I was like, okay, let's go. We got this. We started going down like 5 or 6 points. I'm like, oh, there's like 9 points. It's like, oh,
We
you know,
rallied.
like, oh, God, it's 11
we rallied
points.
from a 14-point
14.
deficit.
It was awesome.
And I just was like, oh,
It
God,
was such a
14
good
points.
game. It was worth
70 to
staying awake.
67.
Yeah, it was late.
Totally. When it was 14 down, it was like, I think 6 or 7 minutes left. I mean, they were just writing it off, right? Those commentators, I was like, bleh. So I started doing the dishes.
I mean, 14 points.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was like, God, doom and gloom. I hate this crap, stupid
That's not
Duke.
doom and gloom. That's
It
just being
is.
practical.
No, it's just, I hate listening to it. I hate,
Well,
that
that's because
sucks.
you're a UH fan. If
That's
you were
right,
a
it
Duke
sucks.
fan,
Yeah,
you
you
would
love it
love
every
it.
minute
You'd be
of
like,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and
we
if
got
you're-
this in the bag.
And Sam, if you're not a basketball fan at all and you just happen to be watching the game, just because Duke has the national spotlight or the people know about Duke and basketball for March Madness, like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
Duke's probably going to win this. And then the comeback started happening. 11-1 run to win that game by 3 points. That was amazing.
And this is the first time since 1984 that the Cougs will advance.
Did you see Kenny Smith at the end? Because he's one of the commentators. With
I
Charles
was
Barkley.
waiting for Kenny and Charles to say something during
he said-
halftime or something about.
Well, Charles was still hurt because his team got beat Auburn. That's his college.
Yeah.
But Kenny Smith's like, I played for the Rockets for 2 seasons. We won the championship. We're Clutch City. I'm taking off my chest, giving it to this team because that was the most clutch thing I've ever seen.
That was awesome.
And
And Hakeem Olajuwon was there in the front row.
they wouldn't let him up on the court.
What?
To celebrate. What
What?
an idiot.
Oh,
Just because
really?
you're
What?
stupid security guard from San Antonio, just because your little ass was
Give him a
hurt
little-
because
little
David
power.
Robinson got his butt kicked by Olajuwon all those times.
Hold on a second. I did not know this
Hey,
story.
Play this for that guard.
Twig arm, Twilight ass bitch.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I don't know this story. Did you see it on TV? He got
It's
held
everywhere.
back.
Even J.J. Watt put it up, too.
Oh, I did not see that.
And he's like so nice. He's like the nicest guy.
That is
And he's
so
just like, she's trying to go up there where,
Yeah.
like, tell him where everyone's on the court. It's like, without him,
He's Phi Slamma Jamma.
yeah, there'd be no fight slam, just him and Clyde.
And you're right. He
Oh
is
my
a
God.
super
That year
nice
in the
person.
80s.
That's insane.
They wouldn't let him, so I'm sure if they do win, when they win tonight, he'll be able to go on the court.
UH has never won a national title in all their major sports.
Well,
so
let's
we're going to
hopefully
break that
this
curse.
happens. Let's
Gonna
hope
do
for
it, baby.
And if you are thinking about going to the game, go to the game. Because one of my friends said her friend is part of alumni relations and was like, there were a lot more Duke fans there than U of H fans, which is embarrassing because it's only 3 hours away. Maybe 4 or 5 with traffic and
It
construction.
looked that way when you watched it on the TV.
Also, if you're a Duke fan, you got money.
Yeah. They're not
These
like
people can spend
not a
those
lot of
tickets
poor
are
people going to Duke.
those tickets are expensive. But I got a lot of friends who are trying to go. It's like $1,200 a ticket.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
You want to spend $1,200?
nosebleeds.
Imagine that. You spend $12. There's one of our listeners. I felt so bad for him because his son was 17, so he took him to the game, and one of his good friends, she went with him, and her dad died a few years ago, and he's a big Duke fan, so they wore Duke outfits. And they sat behind some Coug fans, and Coug fans poured beer all over him and stuff. And he's like,
Oh.
and he's like, I know
my
we've
God.
done. He's like, I'm an Astros fan. We've dealt with this our whole, when we go places. It just sucks to see that happen. I go, I know there's 99% of fans are good people everywhere, even Philly. Philly give a bad rap, but that 1% can really screw up
I don't
your.
understand why
I
people
wouldn't say that about
And
you
they're
gotta
just
guys.
young
do
kids
something
'cause
like
the
that.
kid came home. The dad picked him up, and he's like, "Sorry, Dad, I smell like beer. I didn't drink anything. It just the people behind me it kept getting beer poured on me. Like he didn't really."
That is terrible.
It's like
That
this
is
kid's
terrible.
wearing Duke for in honor of his friends who dad died.
Yeah.
And these idiots behind him poured beer all over him.
Terrible.
So
Terrible.
let's just be better people.
Yes.
Well, tonight,
It's a game.
basically lock in after 7:30 p.m. Do what you need to do. Be home. Turn the TV on and just wait for it to
the
start.
tip off is 7:50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right, it was 1985 when the movie The Goonies came out. Chris Columbus was the writer, Steven Spielberg was the director, and it was about these little kids whose entire neighborhood was going to be foreclosed on. It's called the Goondocks in Oregon. So they went on one final adventure to find One-Eyed Willie's treasure on a ship.
Best movie when you're a kid.
Wait, was that the family, the Fratellis?
The Fratellis were the bad guys. And over the weekend, the cast got back together for the 40th anniversary of this movie coming out. It was made for $16 million, and it made $125 million. They said it plundered the box office when it premiered in June of 1985. People went nuts for these little kids who were on the search for a treasure pirate
Kim,
ship.
did you play this for your nephew? Because back in the
No.
day, you used to make treasure hunts for
I
him.
would make a treasure hunt, a scavenger hunt.
Like a real one, like out
across the lake. Like they had to go far. They had to get in a boat and go find different clues. That was when they got a little bit older. But yeah, as
Kevin's dangerous hunt.
Yeah, but they're 4.
yeah, and then now they're like they expect it. Like when are we going to start the treasure hunt? But after doing all that, I still never put that movie in front of them
that would have been good.
because
they'd love it still.
I know. But the other thing is when we are at the lake, we're doing stuff. You know, there's no time to sit down and watch a movie.
What about like nighttime? It's like, all right, get your popcorn. We're having movie night.
8 o'clock at night.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm cursing out my family in Monopoly Deal. We're all upstairs having some wine.
Well, the cast reveal
Uncle
there is
Kevy's time off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What's that funny little smelling cigarette he's got there?
It smells. That's what they still. They're like, it smells like Uncle Woo Woo in here.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
It smells like a skunk.
Sean Astin played Mikey, and Josh Brolin played his brother Brandon. Ki Hui Kwan, who just won an Academy Award 2 years ago for everything. Wait, was it
Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, that's right. Let's see. Jeff Cohn played Chunk. Martha Plimpton was the romantic interest of Josh Brolin's best friend. Corey
Thanos.
Feldman was in it.
Josh Brolin.
I said Josh Brolin
How
already.
old was he, though?
Josh Brolin,
He was
I think
18.
he's-
I think he
Yeah, 'cause
was. in
he's-
that.
How old's he now, then?
58.
Yeah, it's been 40 years.
He just put out
Yeah.
a book, an autobiography. I was listening to Howard Stern had an interview with Josh Brolin.
This is the best role of his life, playing Bran.
That book, it's like I want to go out and get it. He had a wild life.
So at the Q&A for the Hey You Guys, the Goonies reunion, Sean Astin admitted being sort of offended that fans seem to have bought into a rumor circulating for years, and the cast had not been I've never heard this rumor. You tell me, Eric, if you have, because that's our wheelhouse. That the cast had never been shown the ship in question before filming the pivotal scene where they see it floating out into the distance. Or no, I'm sorry, when they went the
unveiled
water
it.
slides and
Yeah.
they saw it. That they were like, whoa.
They wanted to capture that excitement in their eyes.
So what was he mad about?
But Sean Astin's like what? Like we're such bad actors as kids, we can't fake a good reaction. He's like, we all seen that.
I'm sure they saw it being
Martha
built.
Plimpton though said,
Yeah.
I never saw it. That's my real reaction. What's the problem there? I don't care. And then he said, I remember wanting to perform in such a way because I had a sneak peek of it, so I wanted to perform that in a way that really made them think they had captured the honest reaction, so they would for 40 years be like, oh yeah, we got these kids to have this reaction. Martha Plimpton said she had not seen it before and she didn't really care, and it was a one take situation. Oh, and there were also rumors on the set that Sean Astin and Corey Feldman didn't like each other. And on the panel over the weekend, the way they were sitting, Corey Feldman was at one end and Sean Astin was kind of towards the other. And he goes, well, that's why we're not sitting next to each other. So
was he being serious?
No, he ran over and
I
gave
was
him a
going
hug.
to say, because he...
Didn't care. Plus, you're little kids at that time.
yeah. You grow over 40 years, I would think.
That's when I learned what asthma was. I had never seen that before.
with the inhaler?
Where Mikey had to keep using his inhaler because he was like... And I thought asthma happens to you when you get surprised.
What?
Because in the movie The Goonies, he was always sucking on the inhaler when he was like stressed out or scared. It wasn't because he was running.
I feel like in the movies in the 80s, in the early 90s, they did the inhaler thing a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like the nerdy kid always had the inhaler.
or just like a horror
I had
movie.
an
They
inhaler.
missed the inhaler.
I wasn't nerdy. I had sports
No,
induced
but they-
asthma.
Oh, yeah, so you needed
That's
the,
what my
So I
daughter
needed-
has.
Yeah,
My daughter
so
has
I needed
that.
the inhaler. I used
Yeah.
to like do little 2 puffs and offer it to my friends.
Oh my
puff,
God! What?
$5.
Why would you offer that to your friend?
You hang out with Kevin too much.
How's that going to help
to
them if they
dilate
don't
the
have
capillaries
lungs?
in your lungs.
The
It
woo-woo's
tasted
got a puffer.
so bad. It like would linger in your
Probably
throat.
because you shared it and your friend's nasty saliva was in
Yeah,
there.
gross.
Ew.
It's fine. We're thriving.
Oh, my God.
Sam?
Speaking of the COOGS, there's something that happened on Fox 26 because they were out there.
All night. All
I'll
night.
give
They
them
had the
credit.
longest post game. That was awesome.
Good for them. They were out there supporting
At the
the
Alamo
COOGS.
Dome.
That's what dangerous times. 'Cause that's when fans go by and you never know if they're gonna
Anything
say
can happen
things.
on live TV.
And something happened.
Something did.
What's his name? Will Kunkel. I believe I said his last name right. He's the sports director for Fox 26. He's not afraid to fight back
Good.
with people. So.
Yeah,
The
that
audio is
guy.
hilarious.
He
Fun
does
little
not
audio.
hold back. What did Will Kunkel do live on television when somebody said a specific phrase to him?
It ticked him off.
Set him off.
You have to just hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's KRBE. Turn it up. With more of the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Oh, go
Hey!
And I gotta
Oh,
say,
man, so fun.
What a game.
out of all the morning shows in this city, you're gonna have a lot of posers out there. But I can say, Roula, Day One, and Kevin and Ahmad, you're all grads. My wife, so many of our family members are from UH.
I even did a
this is
semester.
Real stuff, yeah. Real fans right here with you guys, and I'm cheering for you guys. I want UH to win.
Awesome.
I'm gonna.
So what all these
post-
other schools or shows are saying, go Cougs, they don't give a crap. They're
I'm
just
gonna
saying,
we grew
post,
up here.
Yeah,
pandering to you.
Of course, Kevin though just admitted he didn't even know that it was on. Oh, this is my reaction to them winning in the last 2 seconds. I got to post it on Instagram because I didn't post it. We had family over for dinner and we were watching the last minutes, and I was so nervous going back and forth because you know me. In important games, I'll turn them off. Or
But see,
I'll
that's
mute them.
unnerving when somebody's
And I'm like, I
walking
can't.
around. Sit on the couch.
No, hell no,
watch
I'm not
the
sitting
game.
down.
When people hover and walk
I am
around
not
me, it makes
sitting
me
down.
nervous.
Nope, not sitting down. I cannot sit down during super important games. I'm not standing in your way, but I'm not sitting down. But those last 2.5 seconds, I was right in front of the television like, oh my God, do not throw a Hail Mary and tie this
this
game.
being-
Do not.
Duke, Kentucky in the late 90s, early 90s when they won. I was like sweating that out. But that guy threw it up. Like, oh, that wasn't even close. But
I know, it went over.
Fox 26, they got their sports director, Will Kunkel. I like this guy. Whenever I see him, he's he can be a smart aleck.
Yeah.
And he even made a good point. Somebody even texted. He said the first team who ever scores 70 points will win this game.
And we scored 70.
He was right. Good call. They did it. So he was after the game. Like they did a whole. I wasn't here. I was in San Antonio, so I didn't get to see this live.
Yeah, you were actually in San Antonio, but not at the game.
No,
But it's
I was at
risky.
Six Flags.
It's risky doing a live cutaway right after any kind of sports
Because
game.
you got all the Coug fans going by, giving up the Coug sign and Young Go Cougs and Cougs House and all this stuff, and nobody was cursing. They were actually being good. But this one guy, for some reason, he was there for a while cheering with them, and he wanted to talk to him and talk about, I guess, something that happened on CBS. I don't know what he was trying to do. You know, sometimes people just want to talk to you about something,
Yeah.
even though you're on TV.
Yeah.
So here's something quick that's kind of funny.
We have a message here.
Tell Wally from CBS.
Okay, no, we're not doing CBS Sports. Sorry, bud. Nope. This is Fox, brother. You lost your chance.
Thank you very much.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Nice try. CBS.
Yeah, that's great.
And then he went on with
Nerd.
he calls the guy a nerd right in front of him. The guy's just nerd. And he's just,
Nerd.
I think he was geeking out. I don't think he was like trying to say something like CBS is better. I think he was trying to say like,
compare.
hey, you know, I played again because I think he said
He thought he was
I
recognizing
think
the
he's
guy
got
from
a bag
CBS.
on the guy from CBS. Is
I'm
what
not
it
sure,
sounded
but
like to me.
because that guy's on high alert.
Yeah.
And just went after him, attacked him.
We have a message here.
Tell Wally from CBS.
Okay, no, we're not doing CBS Sports. Sorry, bud. Nope. This is Fox, brother. You lost your chance.
Thank you very much.
Nerd. Nice try. CBS.
I think the guy's so nervous, like he's on such high alert that he hears any other, like, oh God, oh no, you said CBS.
Well, look, we all know there are multiple choices
Yeah.
in life. We're glad you're listening to us right now, but we're not going to try and pretend there's nothing else out
Well,
there.
it would be awkward if we were doing a live broadcast from somewhere and somebody came up to tell us how much they love us, but they have us mistaken for a different show.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't call them a nerd, but it is kind of awkward for somebody to be like thinking you're one person and you're not. You're like, oh, no,
Oh, we've
that's
all
not
had
me.
that happen to us.
Right.
I think that guy was trying to make a point about that guy on there, or maybe he was trying to say something else. It could have been, hey, that guy at CBS was saying this, but you were better, Will. It could have been something like that.
Yeah. Could have been a
I
testimonial.
feel like
Hit
it
the
sounded like
eject
he was
button
trying
too
to tell
quick.
a message to some colleague of his at CBS Sports, not realizing this guy's not from CBS Sports.
I mean,
Who
it's
knows? We'll
Fox
never know.
26
We'll never
on it.
know. Eric, well, since you were in San Antonio, but you weren't at the game, were you out and about at night? I mean, I'm sure you
I
probably
was
saw
out.
a bunch of people out.
I was out near Six Flags. That's like 20 minutes.
Oh, is that where y'all were staying too?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so
like
then
right-
you didn't go near the Riverwalk.
It's
I
smart
mean, I
to
saw
stay
some
out
Florida
there.
Gator fans at the hotel. They had a lot of people there, so they're going to have a lot of fans tonight.
Boo! I
It's a
know they
big
say Florida
school.
traveled. Florida
Yeah.
traveled.
And think about it, they're still going to stay. They booked the rooms.
Yeah,
I would.
So
for sure.
It's a 12-hour
the-
drive.
Yeah. So the Cougs won. Amazing. They played tonight. The Astros had a huge comeback win, 7-0, won 9-7.
Yeah, they were
over the
losing
Twins.
7-0. It's pretty much over. And then Jordan hit a 2-run homer in the ninth to tie it. And then Altuve knocked in some runs.
Amazing.
It was a comeback
And then
weekend.
if you watched the, I only watched the first half of the Rockets game last night, and it was like a 1-point game, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at halftime, it was 51-50 us. But I didn't go back in to see the rest of it, and we won by 10.
It was awesome.
Which was great.
Eric, explain to me about Kelvin Sampson. He's being interviewed right after the game.
This will be a T-shirt. Like they say, Clutch City. Mm-hmm. I could see this being "Don't sleep on Houston"
Don't
if they
sleep
win
on
tonight,
Houston.
because all week. That's why you probably see more Duke fans there, really, because that's all people talked about was Duke. You didn't even know they're playing University of Houston.
All right.
like Duke's this, Duke's
Duke's
that.
a very prestigious
If
name.
you're not from
So right
here,
when the
you don't
game
care.
ended, they interviewed
Yeah.
all the players, and here's what Calvin had to say.
Kelvin.
I hear what people say. You know, Duke this, Duke that. Duke's great. John Shire is awesome. But don't sleep on Houston. Don't sleep on Houston. We weren't 34-4 playing in the Toy Poodle League. We were 19-1 in the Big 12. Playing in the Big 12 helped us. Shout out to my Big 12 brethren, Coach Brett Yormark, and all the great coaches in the Big 12.
The Toy Poodle League.
Toy Poodle League. I don't get that.
I like that. Don't sleep on Houston.
He's just saying that's like we didn't play in some like crappy conference.
Right.
The Toy
No.
Poodle League. You got Baylor and Texas Tech and Arizona. You got a lot of great teams in there.
Yeah, he's saying
Kansas.
we deserve respect.
Man, that was so
Did the
crazy.
work.
They got it now.
Pulled
Well,
it
I'm
off,
about to
and we
post
could be
that Radio
champions
Roula, my
tonight.
reaction, because what happened, I started jumping up and down, and I had been holding my bladder like the whole time because I could not breathe. I was going back and forth doing dishes and going to the TV, and then when I started jumping up and down, I go, oh my God, I'm peeing my pants, so I ran to the bathroom. You'll see the video at Radio Roula. I was like, I think I'm peeing my pants.
Say
We
it,
just won
Roula.
this. Go, Cougs! Tonight,
What's going
baby.
down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, so as we were just talking, they're going to advance to the championship since it's the first time since 1984. UH has never won a national title in 3 of the sports, football, men's basketball, and baseball. This can be the night we actually pull it off. Did you guys see that their the TransStar signs on the roads were actually, they changed them right after the game? They were displaying Go Cougs.
That's cool.
You know, when you see the little signs like don't drink, don't drive, and all that.
Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of Cougar signs up. It was really cool.
Nice.
So, in addition to that, the Houston Rockets snapped the Golden State Warriors 5-game winning streak. 106-96 victory Sunday night. You watched that game, didn't you?
Yep, 15 out of 17. They're on a roll. It's the best time to be hot because the season ends on, I believe, like Sunday.
Hey, what was the
13th.
Astros' final score? Do you remember that?
9-7 yesterday.
9-7. So it's a good time to be in Houston for sports. Last year, the art car culture suffered a blow when the Art Car Museum closed down. But supporters say this will not affect the parade or this year's festivities. The 38th annual Houston Art Car Parade was going to hit the streets this weekend, April 12th. It's the first since the Art Car Museum in the Heights closed last year. Now, the parade officially begins at the intersection of Dallas and Bagby on Allen Parkway, heading into downtown. So if you're driving downtown on April 12th for this weekend, expect some delays.
Okay,
That big parade's
I
gonna be
love
going
those cars, but I don't like living next to one of them. My neighbor in Spring Branch had a car covered in tennis balls.
Oh,
The
wow.
entire car
Wow.
was tennis balls.
Okay.
And it sat there for all 10 of the years that I lived in Spring Branch.
So you think it
So every
devalued-
time I pulled out, I was like,
You're like, for 1 week, for one weekend.
yes.
When you're trying to sell, you thought that devalued your,
Right, or trying to rent it out. It's
property.
like people going to come by and be like, oh,
You need to one-up
Lord.
them and put pickleball balls
All
on
over.
a car. Go buy a crappy car and just
Go buy a crappy car.
Here's my pickleball. It's better than tennis now.
Pickleball.
That's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, since U of H had a huge comeback against Duke, I mean, being down 14 points, that's the biggest comeback in NCAA Final Four March Madness history. As Kelvin Sampson said, thank God it wasn't 17 points we were down.
Yep, that could have been bad.
bad. We want to talk about comebacks. You know, like this. Usually we do Look at Me Now, and that's kind of like the same thing. Look at you now, but you were counted out, you were down, and you made a big comeback. What's a huge comeback you pulled off, or somebody that you're proud of pulled off? Call us at 833-390-KRBE.
Doesn't have to be sports. It could be
Right.
Anything.
things in life.
Just in life. Comeback. So we'll talk to you next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.